Happy holidays, everyone! I'm Katie.
I'm Karis. Here from the Corps, we're extra excited because we're going to pass the time talking about one of our favorite subjects.
And we sure have a treat for you. This show will focus on food.
Yes, so get ready for a cornucopia of information and a few cupcakes. Here's Pedro with the TISC.
Hello, my name is Pedro, and here are a few things that I think you should know. Let's begin. A nonprofit organization called the Vegetarian Resource Group is offering $5,000 scholarships to high school seniors. Students must submit an essay sharing the challenges and successes they've had while promoting a vegetarian lifestyle at their schools. Essays must be received by February 20th, and remember, only high school seniors can apply. Next, you may not know it, but many of the foods you eat, from turkey to corn, are inspected long before making it to your dinner table. Food safety is just one aspect of the United States Department of Agriculture, most commonly known as the USDA. The USDA was created by Abraham Lincoln in 1862. Since that time, its functions have grown to include animal health, energy, economic development, forestry, natural resource conservation, and a host of issues that impact the lives of Americans every day. Using science and other tools in its arsenal, the men and women of the USDA ensure a healthy food supply every day for those who live in the U.S. One final note on this fascinating food edition of the TISC. A chef in Chicago wants his patrons to eat his words, well, at least the menu from his restaurant. Chef Homaro Cantu is a leader in molecular gastronomy. Chef Cantu uses science to print table menus on edible paper. He also modifies fruit to create a dessert that seems to be a fresh basket of nachos. He, and others like him, use brain power and high-tech equipment to create interactive dining experiences. By bringing science into the kitchen, Chef Cantu is redefining the boundaries of established culinary traditions of taste, texture, and technique. Who says playing with your food is a waste of time? Well, that's all the information I've got. For more information on the subjects mentioned, just head to our website, tampagov.net/CTTV, and click the program descriptions link to find From the Corps. I'm Pedro, and I just thought you should know. And whatever you do today, dine well.
As we now approach the holiday season, it is important for us to remember how traditions bring us together.
So we sent FTC reporter Jay on a special assignment to find out the who, what, when, and whys of the holidays.
Whether it be lighting the menorah for Hanukkah, igniting fireworks to celebrate Diwali, or decorating a Christmas tree, holiday traditions are a fun, festive way to spend time with family and friends. Traditions are a very exciting experience, and they can also be very beneficial. They help to strengthen family bonds and help to create stability within families. According to the National Confectioners Association, 90% of adults view sharing holiday traditions as an important part of their lives. I wondered where teens fit in all of this holiday cheer. While the best traditions are those that have been passed down from generation to generation, every tradition has to start somewhere, and teens have some great ideas. If you are a teen, here are some tips on starting your own holiday traditions. Create traditions based on the type of family you have. Allow all family members the opportunity to participate. Try to keep as much consistency as possible, only making changes when you feel that it is necessary. Traditions don't have to be extravagant and expensive. They can be as simple as watching a specific movie or baking cookies on a particular night. Make sure that the tradition is fun so that it will be repeated for years to come. The holidays, family, and food often go together. FTC member Natalie and her family enjoy fun holiday traditions every year.
My family enjoys making sugar cutout cookies for the holidays. This has been a tradition in my mother's family. The recipe we use comes from Greenfields Village, where my grandma worked once during the holidays. This Thanksgiving, we made sugar cookies to look like pumpkins and turkeys. We used candy corn, M&Ms, orange frosting, and white frosting.
Everyone loves holiday traditions, especially my family. One holiday food that is very important in my family is the pumpkin pie that my sister and I make every year on the night before Thanksgiving. This food is so important because its recipe was developed by my grandmother and it has been used in our family ever since. And it sure is delicious.
Wow, Jay, thanks for sharing.
Well, who better to highlight than the crew of From the Court?
I agree. As a matter of fact, the producers of FTC have decided to share more of the crew's favorite edible traditions with you. These tender moments will be sprinkled throughout the show.
Let's not forget to thank FTC member Jake for producing these favorite food and tradition segments. Thanks, Jake.
Keep your eyes peeled. We'll be right back.
I would like to share with you one of my favorite beverages from Brazil. It's called Guaraná. It is a soda made from the extract of the Brazilian Guaraná berry. It has a sweet yet fruity flavor. The extra pop that comes from the carbonation is really enjoyable, and it's a great energy boost when you need one. Eu amo Guaraná.
Mom?
Yes?
I've been thinking about it, and I'm not gonna go to college.
What are you saying? You've got to go to college.
Well, they offered me a job, and I want to buy some new stuff, like a new phone, a car.
Son, college is much more important than a new car.
No, Mom, it isn't.
Yes, son, it is.
No.
Yes.
No, Mom. Anyways, it's my decision.
Your decision. Okay, well then decide what degree you're going to get because you will go to college.
Their tomorrow depends on your words today. The Hispanic Scholarship Fund has the information you need to help your kids go to college and have a better future.
Welcome back to From the Core. Now it's time for Follow the Story. I'm joined by Mayor's Youth Corps member Denisla. Our topic of discussion will focus on body image in the media. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Before we get into the meat of the discussion, I have a video to show you and the viewers at home. I'm sure we can both agree that that video was quite attention-grabbing. Denisla, what did you think of the video?
I thought it was really attention-grabbing also. It really opened up my eyes to how they change our perception of things.
So do you think you've witnessed media that has promoted the unrealistic and often airbrushed or computer-generated look? Can you name any of these magazines or advertisements?
Yeah, a lot of advertisements in magazines. I used to write this Teen Vogue. Those advertisements in there, they change a lot of how the models look.
Definitely. Could you like describe like what do you think they look that's different than what an actual human being looks like?
They may make them look skinnier than what they already are, make them appear taller, and I guess they change their faces a little bit.
Well, do you think there's anything they could change about their magazines to stop promoting such just distortment of beauty?
They can show the people how they really look, like they should just show their true colors, I guess.
So stop just like airbrushing their faces and making them look just inhuman?
I mean, they can make them look presentable, like with makeup and everything, but the computer modifications and everything, they should stop doing that.
Well, how do you think society responds to obesity? Because many of the models they take pictures of, they really aren't as thin as they look. So how do you think society responds to people not being super skinny, just being normal sized or maybe slightly overweight?
I think because of the media, society kind of shuns the people that are oversized and normal size. So.
Yeah, do you think the media also like goes against people wearing glasses or even having, you know, curly hair or having any other kind of odd characteristics, or not maybe odd, but just not what they show on the magazines?
I think so, because a lot of times in the media, people that wear glasses are portrayed as nerds or the weird person, and people with curly hair, I mean, they kind of make them outsiders and everything, so that's why a lot of people straighten their hair.
Do you have any final comments?
I just think people should embrace their inner beauty, their true beauty, and try not to change it just because of the media.
Definitely. On a positive note, what teens must understand is that becoming pencil thin with perfect hair and skin is an unattainable look for many. It's important for teens to gain self-esteem and to realize the importance of practicing healthy eating habits and embracing their body type. Thanks so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Don't go away. More awesome stories when we get back.
One of the dishes that my family makes is called gulab jamun. Gulab jamun is an Indian dessert that is made during holidays or other festivals because it takes a long time to make. What people do is that they take milk and they boil it until there's a small amount left. And they knead that with flour, and they shape the dough into small balls and deep fry them. Then they soak it inside sugary water and like this sort of paste, and then it's ready to eat. Yum.
So, like, that test?
It was crazy. Like, what is that?
Whoa.
Why would he purposely make us all fail?
Really?
I'm sorry.
What is this? Is that how this is gonna be?
What is your problem?
You have issues. You're gonna pay for this.
Whoa, what's going on here?
So, like, that test?
It was crazy. Like, what is that?
Whoa.
Why would he purposely make us all fail?
When you need to curb your anger, take a deep breath, relax, think before you speak, and walk away.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I was just running a class. Okay.
See you around.
Remember, hot heads never win.
Hey everyone! Today we have a special treat for you. My fellow FTC member, Caitlin, is joining us in the studio to show us her magnificent talent of making and decorating cupcakes. Welcome, Caitlin.
Thanks for having me.
So why is decorating cupcakes in the holidays important to you?
Well, I love decorating cupcakes in the holidays because it's a great way to spend time with my family, and it's a delicious way to celebrate the holidays and just have a lot of fun and with cupcakes.
Shall we begin?
Let's. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate cupcake with coffee. And first I'm going to start off by pouring in the flour, and you can add the sugar.
Okay.
And then the cocoa and the baking powder and baking soda. And then I'm going to add in the salt, the vanilla extract, and the the vegetable oil, and you can add the buttermilk. Okay. And now I'm going to pour in some coffee.
Now, what is the coffee for?
The coffee kind of makes it into the batter, and then it also gives it a delicious coffee flavor. So you can begin to stir that.
All right. So, Caitlin, if people don't want to bake their own cupcakes, where can they get them?
You can go to a bunch of different bakeries or cupcake stores like Gigi's Cupcakes, The Cupcake Spot, and La Segunda Bakery. And some of them specialize in making cupcakes, and some just have them. So you can go to places like that.
Cupcakes are also a great grab-and-go snack, and you don't feel as guilty about eating them because they're in such small portions.
And also, cupcakes are fun to just grab one and decorate them with your whole family.
This looks about done.
Okay, so now I'm going to take the batter and I'm going to pour it in the cupcake papers. And now these cupcakes will take about 20 minutes to bake in the oven, and you fill up the cupcake papers about 3/4 of the way full. And now there are many different types of recipes that you can use to decorate cupcakes during the holidays. There's a vanilla mint cupcake that I've previously made. And so for time purposes, we already have a batch of cupcakes already made, if you want to grab those.
Here, Caitlin.
Okay, so now comes the fun part, decorating. So if you want to hand me the frosting. This is a homemade buttercream icing, and you can just take the icing in any different kind of tip, and you just take the icing and you bring it around the cupcake into a swirly pattern. And then you can do this, and then we are going to decorate the cupcakes in a pattern of a snowman. So you can use big chocolate chips for the eyes.
It's very festive for the holiday season.
Mm-hmm. And you can take a orange peanut butter candy for the nose. And you can use the small chocolate chips for the snowman smile. And then you can take some sprinkles if you want, and you can pour them on the snowman. And you take a mint cookie, and you can use that and stick it on him to make the snowman's hat. So we have some cupcakes. And now here is the finished product. If you want to decorate your cupcakes a little simpler, you can make candy stars out of chocolate candy melts, or you can have fun and decorate them in snowmen. There's many different ways to decorate.
So how do you make the chocolate stars?
You can take a chocolate candy mold or any color of candy mold, and you put it into a plastic thing that's in the shape of a star. And after melting the candy, you refrigerate them for a while, and it comes out into the chocolate star. And you can just put them on top of your cupcake for a simple, fun decoration.
These look great. If you want to learn how Caitlin makes her cupcakes or decorating tips, check out tampagov.net and follow the links to the FTC webpage.
One of my favorite holiday traditions is the making of these homemade peanut butter cookies. My grandmother and I have been making the cookies for the last several years during the holiday season. To make the cookies, you can use a traditional sugar cookie batch and add several tablespoons of peanut butter, depending on how much you would like. These cookies are unique because of the Reese's candy we place in the center of every cookie. It gives it an extra pop of peanut butter flavor. Delicious.
Ever since I can remember, both my grandmothers have been baking bread over the holiday season. I have fond memories of waking up to the smell of bread, including biscuits, yeast rolls, and cornbread that my grandmothers bake. The delicious spreads that go along with them are berry jam, butter, and cinnamon butter. I prefer the cinnamon butter. It is a tradition that I hope to continue.
G-morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. You up? What'd you dream about? Me? JK. Text me back. I'll keep texting till you wake up. Are your parents home later? Is this something I did? Exclamation point, question mark? Right this isn't a joke. Hello? Text me.
Welcome back to From the Core. Swetha is here with me to add another name to our list of unsung superstars. Thanks for dropping by.
Thanks, Katie.
So who is your unsung superstar?
Moses White.
Tell me about him.
Well, he was an African American who moved down to Tampa in 1954. When he arrived, he became an entrepreneur and opened up 4 restaurants: the Cozy Corner, Palm Dinette, Flamingo Rooming House, and Four Walls Club.
So since this is the food show, what kind of food did his restaurant serve?
He was known for his specialty in soul food, which are dishes that are originated in the South. So fried chicken, jumbo shrimp, meatloaf, green beans with rice.
What kind of conflicts did he face?
When he moved down to Tampa, the civil rights movement was still in action and segregation still existed. So as an African American, that really impacted his business and his outward look on life. But at the same time, a lot of white politicians respected him and even asked him for advice. For example, Hubert Humphrey, the vice president at the time, even called to ask him for advice from the White House.
How did he impact the city of Tampa?
Moses White wasn't just a businessman. He really cared about the community. He kept his prices really low so that kids from poor areas of Central Park Village could still buy hot dogs and other food. And not only that, but he also helped the MacDill Air Force Base soldiers. They weren't given that much money per month. So what Moses White did was that he made an agreement with the MacDill Air Force Base commander so that they could have a credit system so they would be able to come to the Palm Dinette and eat on a regular basis.
Wow. Why did you choose Moses White?
I chose Moses White because he's a great man who had a really strong work ethic. He would start business at 9 a.m. and continue until 2:30 the next morning. So only got about 5 or 6 hours of sleep every day. And not only that, but he came from a tough situation, but he still turned his things around and became a great man. And he gave back to the community.
I see the connection between food and Moses White. He sounds like a great guy. There's more from the core coming up.
One of my family's favorite foods is my aunt's banana nut bread with pineapple. Every year around Christmas and Thanksgiving, my mom and I bake this bread. It's a great way to spend time together, and the pineapple in the bread reminds us of my aunt that lives all the way in Hawaii. I love baking bread during the holidays because it is a fun and delicious way to celebrate. Happy holidays!
Every Thanksgiving, my mom and I make a festive meal. We wake up really early, turn on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and start cooking. She's in charge of making the turkey while I make all the side dishes like mashed potatoes and sweet potato casserole. I really enjoy this tradition because it's a great opportunity for me to cook for my family and spend some one-on-one time with my mom.
Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Maybe you should go to your shelter and get a mature dog who will make your blues disappear. How's that for tricks? I got picked. Wow.
Here at From the Core, we allow Mayor's Youth Corps members the opportunity to express their personal opinions about happenings, events, and places familiar to the Tampa Bay area.
This time, Emily Paraso will comment on her excitement about the revitalization of a place we all know and love, Hyde Park Village.
As a native of the Hyde Park area of Tampa, I practically grew up in the Village, a charming group of shops and restaurants in South Tampa. From running around in the fountains at Kate Jackson Park to window shopping at all the cool stores and going to the movies with my family, I've spent much of my childhood in Hyde Park Village. When I was younger, it had everything: stores, restaurants, and tons of activities enticing all of my friends to hang out there. Now it's a different story. The restaurants are more expensive and have less atmosphere. The shops are no longer fun to visit, and the movie theater doesn't allow anyone under the age of 21. It seems as though the owners of Hyde Park Village are purposely excluding those under 21. Even with all my concerns, Hyde Park is still a great place. It's one of my favorites in Tampa. You'll see me there as often as possible, working out in the gym, sitting by the fountains, or sipping on coffee at one of the cafes. I hope that sometime in the future I can do all my holiday shopping in one location like I used to, or I can go to the movies with my kids. But in the end, all a Hyde Parker can do is hope that someday the place I know so well will return to its former glory.
I hope Emily's comments have made you curious about Hyde Park.
You should check it out when you get a chance.
And thank you for tuning in. And happy holidays! The cupcake recipes from this show will be posted on our website at tampagov.net.
Once you're there, go to CTTV link on the left side of the page, then choose from the Core on the page descriptions listing.
We here at From the Core hope you have time during this holiday season to enjoy an ongoing tradition or start your own.
Once again, thanks to our FTC friends for sharing their favorite foods and traditions.
And remember, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, always do your part.
We'll be back soon with another edition of
From the Core.